What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Grin and Share It podcast. I'm Hannah.
I'm Shayla.
I'm Amanda.
And we hope you guys enjoyed our first episode. We took the week off because we were on spring break, but now we're back, kind of.
For episode 2.
Yeah, we're just going to talk to you guys a little bit about our spring break in Miami and kind of touch on the current situation. But, yeah, how did you guys enjoy spring break?
I had a lot of fun, but I feel like there wasn't, we did a lot, but at the end of the day, we didn't do much, I feel like, because, the stuff started closing.
Yeah.
I feel the exact same way. Well, I feel like we just ate a lot. That's what we did. We literally just did. We did that, we took pictures, and we went to bed.
Yeah. It was a lot of, it was a lot of day drinking, so we didn't really go out.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. I knew, drinking during the day, I was like, I will be asleep by nightfall, so...
There wasn't a lot of... We went out only one night, the first night that we were there. So basically, this whole issue with the coronavirus was definitely very prominent before our trip, but it became...
Overwhelmingly.
It became overwhelmingly...
Abundant,
at the very end of our trip.
It was the last 2 days of the trip, people were like, this is
we
serious.
literally, Cara was in contact with a promoter, and that's how we were going to go to this one club and see this, were they a band or a DJ?
It was like a DJ duo. It was Loud Luxury.
Yeah, Loud Luxury, DJ duo.
DJ duo. DJ duo, Loud Luxury, their hit song Body.
See them, and we were really excited, and then she gets a text from this girl, just a screenshot of story will be closed, sorry. So we were like, okay.
Yeah, and then we were like, oh, well, maybe this other club, Live, will be open. And then later we got a notification saying they were closing. Then we were like, okay, maybe this other club, 11. And then we saw 11 was closing. And it definitely put a damper on the mood. And I think the mood going versus coming home was definitely... very different.
That worked out in my favor because I couldn't even go to the clubs.
Yeah.
So I was at the hotel with my friend Austin.
Oh yeah, talk about him surprising you.
Oh my gosh. So day 2, 3 in of the spring break trip, I was talking to one of my friends prior to us leaving for Miami, trying to convince him to come to Miami to see all of us and spend the break with us after he got sent home from his study abroad trip. And I was like, let's do it. He said there was no chance of doing it. So one of the days I was getting ready, I have no idea what we were even gonna get ready to do. Oh, we were gonna go to the beach, and all of a sudden, Cara knocks on our door with Amanda, and then I see some guy right behind them, and I was like, "Who is this man trying to come into our room?"
I'm like, "Hey guys, I met someone."
And it's Austin, and it was honestly the best thing ever. Everyone was in on it. They wanted to surprise me, and I was very, very thankful. And
I got a video of it, but I watched it
again. It was so anticlimactic.
Oh my god, hey.
Well, because I was
Shayla, in the video, is squinting her eyes. She can't really see. And then he, comes in. She's like, oh.
And then you, give him a hug, and you're like, oh, it's crazy, you're here.
No, because here's the thing. I was like, this is something we would do for each other, but I didn't think it was going to happen because he was, telling me that he had these presentations, he was still in the middle of finals, yada, yada, yada.
Well, he literally almost didn't come because Cara called him the night before and was like, hey, are you still coming? I haven't heard from you. And it was supposed to be, him and our other friend, Brandon. And he was like, well, and we're like, oh, no. Because the first night we all went out and we had to leave Shayla because obviously, you couldn't get into
I wasn't trying to, risk getting, caught
there
or something.
There was no way. And when we went, they, triple-checked our IDs. And even when we went to buy drinks, they, matched it up with the guy. There was just no way. But anyway, so Cara called him. And he's like, well... Brandon can't really go, and my parents are freaking out, and blah, blah, blah. And we were like, if you don't get your ass here. We're like, because we were thinking the rest of the nights, we're like, we can't just be leaving her every night.
Well, I feel like everyone was, really concerned about me not being able to go out. Yo, I was fine. I was living my best life.
Yeah, but just the fact of, we're all hanging out,
we
would leave you.
It was actually really nice, though, that everyone, surprised me with Austin showing up, which also, y'all, what friends... buy flights to just like go and surprise other friends to
Rich
see them.
friends.
Friends that go to Stanford.
Well, thankfully he had like all these like points on his like Delta card or whatever from like flying back and forth from home to California, and he was able to buy that flight, and like he bought Brandon his flight too, and that one was free with all of his points, so
points.
he like just flies so much. And Brandon couldn't go because his sister like he has a niece, and he just didn't really want to be around in Miami, maybe getting something, like hopefully not, but then coming back and like possibly giving it to her. Just it wasn't worth the risk or anything. Like spring break's really not that worth it to do that.
Yeah.
So he ended up like getting all the points back like on his account, and he just gets to use it for a like later trip, which is really nice. But it was honestly one of the best surprises ever.
And it was really nice
so
having
nice.
him there. Like none of us had seen him in a while because he was studying abroad and ended up coming back early because of the whole coronavirus epidemic, and which
is crazy.
Yeah.
Like his trip got cut short.
Yeah.
But only by what? Like 2 weeks?
It was 2 weeks. Both him and Rachel had to come back.
But still, that's like 2
Yeah.
weeks of like being there, going on another trip, and it sucks for people who had like study abroad plans for like May or like the near future. Like,
yeah, they literally had to like
that
pack up
blows.
and just like leave, and that's it. And they still haven't like gone back to California to get the rest of their stuff. It's like in storage right now. I don't think they're going to anytime soon, so it's just gonna have to stay there.
Yeah.
It's just
everything's just at like a
insanity.
standstill right now.
Yeah.
Shayla and I were like back over Christmas, and like in the fall we were planning a trip to potentially go to Paris to visit Austin and her friend Rachel that were both studying abroad there, and it just didn't end up working out because it was just too expensive and it was going to be too short of a trip. It was too long to travel for just a week. So it ended up honestly working out in our favor because now this whole issue has happened, and travel is just becoming more difficult.
Could y'all imagine if we had actually like purchased these tickets and like had to go through with it, or not even go through with it, just like be like out of a spring break?
We were not flying Delta. We were going to be flying some very shady airlines that I feel like would
To,
not
like,
have
make
given
this
us the
trip
money
happen.
back.
No.
Yeah, no, it was yeah, we were trying to make it work on a very tight budget, so it was not the most, I don't know, legitimate way to probably get to Paris. We ended up going to Miami, and honestly it was really fun. There are colleges that have their spring breaks actually this week that are having a much more difficult time. Like I have friends that go to Florida State that have their spring break that just ended up cutting their spring break short to just go home.
Well, I mean, it's really not like as much as we're like, let's book a trip. It's so cheap. Like, I'm not sick, whatever. It just really is not a good idea.
No,
to
I
be going
know.
around. And it's like, if staying inside for a little while is
The most we can do.
Yeah, is what we can do. Like, that's not the worst thing. Because at first, I feel like I was being a little ignorant about it. I was like, oh, like, it's fine. Doesn't matter. Like, everyone's overreacting. And then seeing, like, the actual impact of this all, I'm like, okay, I should be a little more considerate and, like, just chill.
Seeing some of the people who, like, actually did book trips to, like, Miami or, like, places after we came back, we were already cutting it kind of close, y'all. Like, my mom beforehand was like, maybe you shouldn't go. Worst, like, what happens if you guys can't get a flight back? Yeah, like, just, you know, crazy scenarios like that. But people booking it afterwards, I was like, oh my goodness. Like, there's so many people still in Miami right now, just, like, out
First
and
of all,
about.
the people that did that are just extended their trips. I'm like, do you not have jobs?
Yo, that
do you not
too.
have
Yeah.
responsibilities? Or, like, how'd you get that extra money?
Yeah.
Like,
But it's, yeah, I mean, in theory, at first it seemed like at first it seemed like, oh yeah, nice, like we have an extra 2 weeks on spring break, and then it just kind of started snowballing and got worse.
It just kept getting, like, so
Like,
much worse.
yeah,
so
it was
much
like
worse.
2 weeks class suspension online, that or whatever it was going to be, and now the rest of our semester is completely online. So me and Hannah don't get a graduation.
Yeah, which really sucks. Before we get into that though, like just to wrap it up, I guess, and on a little bit more positive note for spring break, what was like y'all's highlight, I guess, of the trip?
I mean, I just like being like at the beach and just being
Taking a nap.
Dude,
nap.
I took so many naps on this trip. Like, just being able to kind of like relax and like not be tense and take a nap and not wake up and be like, what do I have to do? And like, I don't know.
Yeah. I wish I could have channeled that level of relaxation, though. I really do. I feel like nobody was stressed.
It was
to
so
the
funny.
Point where, we were, no one was rushed. We weren't on, a time frame or anything like that. It was just really, really chill. But I really wish I would have channeled that level of relaxation.
Yeah, it was so funny. We would all be hanging out, and then I would, look over, and Amanda would have her sunglasses on, and she wouldn't be moving, and I'm like, she's definitely asleep. And, on some occasions, she would be out for, hours. And then she would come to and be like, what up, guys?
What's going on?
And it was so funny. I was like, honestly, someone needs to make sure she's breathing. You were so just, still and comfortable. It was so nice.
Well, the one day we went to Nikki Beach and I got my cute little cocktails.
You were face down.
I was on a lounge chair face down like a cat or something, just passed out, and I woke up and I was like, oh, that was nice.
Yeah. I did not take a single nap during the day, which I missed out on that. But
what was your high?
My high was probably SLS. That was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
So we flew in at 5:00 Monday night, and so we got to Miami around 7, and then flying home we left super late, 10 p.m. almost, and then got back to Atlanta around midnight. So we had all day Friday, but our last full day and night was obviously Thursday, so we wanted to go to this pool party at SLS, which I guess is a beach club in South Beach, and it was so much fun.
But at first we were kind of just standing around because Cara again found another promoter, and at first he seemed kind of sketchy, wasn't really replying. We were like, all right, there's no one here, it's really early. And we were like, oh, maybe we can just sit down. We couldn't even sit down anywhere, so we were like, this is about to be a long day. Drinks were $25. So it's 2 drinks is $50. We were like, this is not going to be good. And then the guy ended up showing up, and he's like, all right, $40 each, you get a place to sit and unlimited bottle service. And we were like,
oh, sign me up. Sign me up.
I was like, I'd pay that much just for a place to sit.
It wasn't even a question, and I don't know, it was just so nice. We had these loungers, the music was really great. I jumped in the pool on several occasions.
You have hepatitis.
Yeah, it was definitely a questionable decision, but in the moment I was like, yes, why not?
Yes, this is how gross that pool was. I dropped my clip-on earring into the pool, and he couldn't find it because the water was so murky, and it was a gold shiny big hoop. And the pool was, I think, 4 feet deep, and I couldn't see it.
No, but it was so much fun. I just loved the music they were playing. I made some questionable decisions in terms of jumping into the pool, but
so Austin and I were not able to go to this beach club because you had to be 21 and up. But after seeing some of these Snapchats, I was like, I cannot wait to get a recap of why
it was so much fun. It just was such a.
A lot of people were in the pool.
Yeah. Honestly, it's just not.
It was such a long day, and then my phone was dying, and I was like, I just want to leave. I was just getting really tired and not feeling it anymore. And Jessica, our other friend who was on the trip, forced me against my will to go to Publix. I did not want to go. She was like, let's go to Publix. It was a 15-minute Uber, and it literally took 40 minutes to get our sandwiches.
That happened to us too. Me and Cara and Claire and Madeline went to Publix.
The service was horrible.
And we were like, oh, let's get some pub subs. And it was a really nice walk there. There was a sunset. I was a little drunk, so kind of don't remember the walk, but it made it
even better.
But then we get in Publix, and I'm like, am I tripping, or is this sandwich taking 45 minutes?
Jessica was she went up to the register apparently and was
complained.
Where can I file a complaint?
Yeah, she complained. It was absolutely ridiculous. I was standing in line, there was a bag of dill pickles, and I was really craving it. I opened the bag of dill pickles, ate the entire bag because that's how long it took them to make my sandwich.
And then what did you do with the bag?
And then I put the bag back, and I'm really sorry I didn't pay for it, but it's
karma.
Publix comes for you.
But karma is gonna come for me. Okay, but that was, I feel warranted considering how freaking long it took them to make.
It was an ungodly amount of time.
It was ungodly, and we were in our bathing suits. I I was soaking wet still. It was just, like, not a good
Hannah
environment
does that, though,
to be.
with the old Irish exit. Like, we're all just having fun at SOS, like, partying, and then I, like, look up and see her, and she's like, all right, bye, guys. I was like, whoa.
No,
okay,
I don't know.
bye.
I don't know. Like, it's like the build up is so much fun. I'm having a great time. And then I do that a lot. It's like I'll be out or I'll be doing something, and then it just reaches a certain point where I'm like, okay, I have to leave. Like, I need my bed. And we, like, dipped out. But that was probably the most fun because that and then going out the first night was really, like, the two big, like...
The only
like,
things
those,
we did.
that was, like, really the big... Those were, like, really the two big events that we did that whole trip. So that in itself was a highlight, but... just the overall trip, like, I've never been on a trip before and genuinely gotten along with everyone on the trip, and it was just so great, like, getting to spend, like, that much time with you guys because, like, we've all gotten, like, really close.
It was a really good group.
Yeah,
like,
and
no
we
had problems.
Yeah, it was a great group. Like, I genuinely was, like, laughing 24/7. Like, it was just so much fun, and we all had a great time.
Tension. Like, we all just were genuinely happy to be, like, around each other. Which
I feel like is how it should be. Like, you're on vacation with your buddies, but, like, it's crazy to see, like, people get so upset sometimes.
So nice.
What was your highlight?
My highlight was definitely all of y'all surprising me with Austin.
That was
because,
really
like, that was, I mean, I've already shared that. Like, that definitely was, like, the best part of the trip for me, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, everyone collectively surprising you, like, what? You don't need to do that. But that was really, really nice.
My favorite meal was definitely the meal that we had at Plant Miami. Chef's Kiss.
It was so funny because I loved my meal too. I got, like, a curry. I thought it was really good. But, like, the place in itself, we were so out of our element, I feel like. Because, like, it was such, like, a pretentious place. And he's like, well, the trefoil topping on the cashew cheese. And I'm like, dude, we get it. It's a nice vegan.
Place. Like,
it's like
it was this I'm, like, a big fan of Maggie McDonald, and we have, like, the same diet. We both eat plant-based, and she had just gone to Miami, like, a few weeks prior and did a whole video about it and, like, raved about this restaurant. So I was like, okay, like, this is the one place I really want to go. There were actually 2 vegan places I really wanted to go, but we only ended up going to the one. And I'm the only one that eats vegan. But I was like, I promise it's going to be good. You're not even going to be able to tell. And it was a really good meal.
Yeah.
But it was, like, so expensive for such small portions.
Our friend Claire, she looked at me. She got, like, I don't know, like a salad. And she looks at me. She's like, I'm getting a burger after this.
Like, we ordered this, God, I can never say the word, charcuterie.
She said charcuterie.
Charcuterie. No. We ordered a charcuterie board of all of these vegan cheeses, and the cheese was literally, like,
so small.
It was like a quarter size amount of cheese. And it was $25, and you got 4 cheeses, but each cheese was, like, one singular ball, and I was like,
it was really good, and we ate it so fast, and then it was like, we're like, oh, we should get some, like, more crackers, and then we're like, oh,
we didn't say anything,
but we didn't say anything because we were like, you know what, we don't need more crackers, it's like $4 extra or something, and then they brought us more crackers, and we're like, oh, like, complimentary crackers, like, they realized there's so many people here, that's really nice of them, and we got charged for them, we're like, all right.
Seriously?
Which is like, it's, who cares, but, like, we're like, okay.
Yeah, it was like $1 a person, but I was like, it was annoying, I balled out on that trip. Like, I really was just like, budget who don't know her.
Definitely one of my favorite places we went out to eat. I have 2. It was obviously Naked Taco because we went there 3 times that week. And then it was definitely the Versace Mansion, just because it was just an experience.
The Versace Mansion,
enjoyed it.
You walk in and I felt like I was in Universal Studios or something. I was like, I love it. I was like, this is the most amazing place. And the food... First of all, that was the cheapest meal I think we ate all. Because it was $29 for lunch, and, like, we got this really huge table.
It was 3 courses for $29, so it was a great deal.
And it was delish.
It was so nice. It was also, like, I just love eating places like that because it's such an experience. Like, it was so beautiful. And, like, one of the women next to Austin was like, why are you guys all dressed up? And Austin was like, well, it's just nice to dress up. We were all so excited.
We're in a Versace.
And we all kind of coordinated. Yeah. It was, like,
also, we weren't dressed up in, like, stilettos and stuff.
No,
like,
it was just cute little...
Like, I was wearing a mini dress and sandals and, like... Car was wearing a skirt and sandals. Like, we
all
weren't
looked
that
very well
dressed
put
up. I feel like
together.
we look very appropriate for the place.
Yeah.
I was like, what do you frequent here like every day? It must be nice.
Can't relate.
If you're going to Miami, I think we would all highly recommend like doing the Versace Mansion lunch. I don't know what their dinner is like, but their lunch is definitely very affordable, and actually getting to see the mansion is super cool.
I would have loved to sign up for a tour.
Yeah, the tour would have been really
done
nice.
That.
I definitely recommend like Plant Miami, and then we went. We did a Soul Cycle class, which was super
that was a
fun.
lot of
We
fun.
did that the first day to start it off, right?
Yeah, we did that on the first day, and the Soul Cycle is in one hotel on South Beach, which I think single-handedly is one of the most beautiful hotels I've seen.
It was so beautiful.
Yeah, it was so beautiful, and I just felt so poor being there, but it was fine.
That Soul Cycle class, though, was really a really, really great way to, like, start out the trip, out that day, because we had, like, Soul Cycle at 8:30, or was it 9:30?
We did it, like, I think we did it at
8:30 in the morning.
8:30 in the morning, because, like, I mean, in all honesty, it gets our day started, and we still have the rest of the day to do stuff. Dude, the instructor was intense, though.
She had, like, a punk rock rap kind of, like, thing.
It was...
I didn't expect that, because I honestly was looking at Amanda's face in the mirror when she was, like, screaming, and I was like...
I was literally like looking around and was like, does anybody like feel the same way I do?
No, and she was like,
she was like
moving her head, like headbanging, like slapping the bike, and
I
was like
punishing the bike.
She's like, just let it out. And I was like, what out?
Like,
what is going on?
Yeah, she literally goes, let it out.
Like,
I was like looking around like, oh my god.
Amanda and I both have spin memberships at Pure Velo, which is a spin studio here in Athens, and like that is very much an experience in itself. Like any spin class or really any workout class where they like turn all the lights off and they have the music blaring, like that's going to be an experience in itself. But people sometimes have like out of body experiences. Like I swear, like their soul like leaves their body and they like lose all perception of like reality. And I'm
like, this is a 45-minute spin class.
Yeah, and I've never personally been that way. I don't think any of us have. So it's kind of weird in my opinion seeing people like that. But like, you know, do your thing, like to each your own. But it was just wild. But it was a good class.
I really like Soul Cycle a lot. I mean, I've taken a couple Pure Velo classes. I don't have a membership or anything, but I've taken more Soul Cycle classes.
Yeah.
For some reason, I just prefer that over Pure Velo. There's nothing wrong with it. I just kind of feel like the vibe is just, and plus I can hear the instructors more at Soul Cycle.
Pure Velo, it's kind of hard to hear the instructors.
Yeah. I mean, other than that, like, the great classes, everything's awesome. I just prefer Soul Cycle.
The one thing I wish we had done in Miami is just used our time a little bit more efficiently. Like, I wish we had, like, done more throughout the day, but I'm really happy with everything that we did, and it was definitely, where we stayed, it was a fine hotel for the price. It definitely was not
good location.
It was a good location. We stayed at Hotel Clinton. We did like a Expedia travel package, so we got like a bundle with the flight and the hotel. So it was a very reasonably priced hotel, especially for the location. But it wasn't the greatest service. But at the same time,
service, however, like we really made the most out of it.
Yeah,
it was such a cute hotel.
It was such a cute hotel. The pool was so cute.
Yeah, that part was definitely my favorite.
Yeah, it wasn't the best service. I don't feel like any places we went had the best service.
Okay, no.
It's because gratuity is included literally everywhere, so people just don't really try.
Honestly, the best service that I received in Miami was definitely a Naked Taco first night. That guy was so nice.
Oh, yeah.
Complimentary everything.
Yes, that was
he was
so
really
nice.
However, like the hotel service, I don't know if it was because they were overwhelmed with all the
I think
people
they
there,
expected
like,
everything to be like, so spring break.
Yeah,
and
it was just... It was a little slow.
Well, it's funny because
fine.
one morning we were out like the bar, like waiting to get like breakfast to go or whatever, and we were all just kind of waiting around just for, I don't know, we were waiting for someone or just kind of like chilling there, like not doing anything but not waiting for anything.
Yeah.
And then they're like talking shit behind the counter, and
what's
Shayla's
worse
like, oh,
like,
that's my language.
What's worse? Yeah, they were like speaking Bosnian, and I was like, I looked at Amanda and I was like, I understand everything they're saying, and the guy was like, what are these girls just doing, looking around? They're doing, like, they're not doing anything. And then he, like, said something else that I'm just, like, not even going to get into. But I was just, like, I said it loud enough to where he could hear me say, I understand what you're saying.
You should have started speaking
I should have called my mom and been like, Mom, like, and then just go
You should have ordered in.
I should have. Dude, he would have been so shook. Definitely would have gotten an apology out of him.
It's like, what, we're not allowed to, like, stand here and wait for our friend to come back.
Yeah, I just also don't understand when people, like, decide to shit talk others in a different language, thinking, like, no one's gonna understand you. Like,
no one's gonna know this language.
I'm like, sorry, sir.
Yeah. It was a really, like, it was, yeah.
But it was fine.
It was fun.
That's just not even
It was a good
anything to
time.
complain about.
Honestly, one of my favorite spring breaks. I'm very glad I went with you guys.
It's all about the people you're with.
And honestly, that was like pre-quarantine life and kind of the last big shebang. So it was a way to go out.
Oh, wait,
You
for
good?
sure.
Sorry. I didn't expect that to be the last thing. I thought we were going to have spring parties. I thought we were going to have graduation.
Yeah.
I thought, like, I don't know, I was really looking forward to, like, the rest of the year and, like, having these last moments with everyone. And now everyone's like, all right, I'm packed up, I'm moving, bye. That's it.
I was talking to my parents about it, and the most, like, it's obviously a very stressful time, and, you know, those of us that are college seniors at these universities, like, here in the United States, like, we are very privileged, and I think we all know that there are people in the world that are experiencing this firsthand that have much bigger things to worry about. But just from, you know, dealing with it's affecting everyone in the world in a different way, whether like
whether it's health wise,
money wise, like just like mentally, physically, you know, socially. I think socially is probably the biggest effect it's had on all of us. It's just being a college senior during this time is very stressful, but to go through this like while this is happening is even more stressful. And that's what I was telling my parents, is that like it's very hard to try and find a job or apply for a job or like think even 3 months into the future when I don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. And that's like been the hardest thing I think for me to come to terms with, because I'm someone who like always has a plan and I always know like what my next step is going to be, and I have no idea.
That's like, I mean, I can't really speak for like either of y'all. You guys are seniors, you guys are graduating and like having to get out of here and everything. But like for me, I was just kind of sad because my whole thing, you guys are like all my friends. Like it's just that's when we all started working together, and then like we all kind of never drifted apart, but we were still really, really close friends, even when some of us weren't working there. That's just like my close group of friends, and I'm just like really sad that I'm not going to be able to like spend time with y'all, like have Bachelor Mondays as often, or like if we actually Bachelor's over or whatever.
Yeah.
With Vanderpump Rules, like I guess it's just all, it kind of sucks, but at the same time I know that we're all going to be able to hang out. It's not that that's the case. It's just like being around here, not being able to go to class. Also, like as much as we all complain about
like,
going to class,
yeah,
like we want to go.
Like especially because I didn't start out with school here. I didn't get that much time on campus. I don't know. I mean, I was only in one classroom anyway because I only have one class, but it's just like I feel like everything's being cut short.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing that we're all having to come to terms with is that we all had something taken from us without any indication that this was what it was going to come to. And I think a lot of it is just shock and feeling really unprepared. Like, we all still have classes online. Like, none of us have technically graduated, but it does feel like those of us that are seniors, like, college is over. I mean, it is. Honestly, like, our experience in Athens and our experience on campuses, and that's just, like, the hardest part. And I think, like, we kept having a little bit of hope because we were like, okay, well, the semester's moved online. You know, well, at first it was the 2-week suspension, and we were like, okay, we'll just get through the 2 weeks. It'll be fine.
They'll evaluate it later.
Yeah.
Like, we possibly could go back to campus. Like,
and then, like, some people had inklings. They were like, no, like, I really think it's going to go, like, all online. But I was just really trying to stay positive because I don't think any of us wanted it to come to this.
I feel like after the 2-week suspension, I was like, okay, cute. We have, like, a 2-week break.
Cute.
Like, it's fine. But then afterwards, I was like, dude, because here's the thing. With the 2-week suspension, we don't have, like, anything online. We're not doing anything. There's no work assigned to us until after the suspension is up. And then
I'm quickly falling into a deep depression
that's
because
I
don't have anything to do.
Yeah, I literally opened up my laptop Monday, and I was, like, telling my mom, I was like, I don't even want to see what my professors have posted on ELC and everything. I look at it, and all of them, it's just 4 messages, and each of them are, like, check back in 2 weeks. And I was like,
I haven't even heard from some of my professors. Like, they haven't even said anything.
Because it's just, like, they can't do anything. Like, they can't assign you anything. And then Hannah moved online for work. I can't work until like the end of March or the beginning of April, at least, yeah. And that's just like, people's hours are going to be cut, which, I mean, it's understandable. You have to take all the precautions and everything, but yeah, so I mean, it is what it is. You just have to take it.
So then, like, after not even 3 days of them announcing the suspension, we got a notification that we had moved completely online. And then that's when everyone started posting online, like, thank you, UGA. And that's when I was just kind of like, it just, I don't know, the way people were reacting, like, I just still was like, there's still hope. And then, like, yesterday or 2 days ago, I think.
It was yesterday.
Mm-hmm. We all got an email that they had canceled our, like, commencement ceremony to get, like, in Sanford Stadium to get our diplomas, which... that was kind of just, like, the final straw. Like, that, I think, was what was really keeping all, like, those of us that, like, still had hope that there could be, like, potentially a ceremony. Like, we were holding on to it because they hadn't mentioned graduation, and our graduation is May 8th, and I think some of us were thinking that hopefully by then there would be some sort of resolution, but obviously they just want to take the necessary measures to make sure they're keeping everyone safe, but... it's just very unfortunate because, you know, we've all worked for this for so long.
Yeah, it sucks. I mean, your whole life, you're, you know, from preschool, and then you go to elementary and middle school and high school, and, like, all you think is, like the college graduation, you know, people who are fortunate enough to be able to go to college like us, and you know, and it's just, like, one of those things that you're like, oh, you know, after all this hard work, I get this, and I get this experience, I get this moment, and now we don't, and it's just kind of like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
There's, like, a whole petition going around, like, having people sign this petition. This morning when I checked, it was, like, 8,500
Which it's funny because, like, I even signed the petition, but it's, like, it's not that people... it's not something that was canceled out of not wanting to do it. It's something that's extremely serious.
They're not
like,
going to go against, like, CDC.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
hoping... I don't know. I still have, like, a sliver of hope that maybe by that time... maybe they won't be able to hold the graduation where it's, like, all, you know, several thousand people come to watch the ceremony, but maybe they can figure out some sort of an alternative, because some people were talking about maybe doing, like, something in, like, even, like, late summer in the fall, but at that point, like, the time has passed.
However, we have figured out an alternative. We're going to be hosting graduation in Amanda's backyard.
I texted our, like, group message, and I was like, all right, everyone, I'll, like, doll up my backyard, and we can all get our caps and gowns and, like, dress up and take pictures and kind of have, like, I don't know, like, a fucking barbecue or something.
Yeah.
And, like, Shayla can, like, do the speech and hand out the diplomas. And, like, Austin can be there.
I'm thinking Brandon and Rachel, like, everyone's going to be
there
to,
be
like,
there.
you know,
we can have some
congratulate
music.
Everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, if your families want to come, I think that would be really fun. Just, like, our close friends anyway, like, taking pictures and not
because
out.
we've all collectively decided, like, we're taking graduation photos. I'm still getting my cap and gown and my tassel. I'm sure you are too. Like, even if we're not holding a ceremony, we want to keep it as normal as possible. So, like, we already made plans to take graduation photos, the three of us, with a couple of our other friends. And, you know, every senior just wants this to be as normal as possible. And I think the one thing that's keeping me going is knowing that every senior in the United States is having to go through the same thing.
It's not just us.
Yeah.
And like we said earlier, like, so many people are going through other things that we don't even understand.
It could be way worse, but I mean, it sucks for our situation.
You know what does suck is the thing that I saw where it was like, you know, people are freaking out and overbuying and overdoing this stuff and taking away resources, and then you see the little sticker at the bottom that's like, has that certain symbol that's like, people on a certain healthcare plans, or what is it? Is it like food stamps or whatever?
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's like certain like restrictions for that person. Oh, I saw it.
I know, we sound ignorant. We should look it up. But it's just like this overbuying and freaking out. Now some people can't even get what they need.
No, I was like really, really upset when the whole toilet paper thing, like, I understand you guys like need to buy stuff.
How much are you shitting your pants that you need this much toilet paper? I was literally in Target getting like last bit of groceries and stuff before I like locked myself in. And this woman literally had a thing full of toilet paper. Like, and then I don't know if I told you this. She was then bagging each individual thing. I'm like, the bag doesn't make it any easier to carry.
Dude, my mom, she was getting just like a small bit of groceries after work one day, or like yesterday before I came back over here, and she was just getting like 3 like things of chicken, you know?
Yeah.
And at the register, the lady was like, oh ma'am, like you can only buy 2 of these per purchase per person per day at that Publix next to our house. And my mom was like, oh, I mean, like, okay, that's fine, I'll just take the 2, like it's not a big deal. I mean, it's insanity, y'all. But what really upset me though was like people overbuying, and then the other people who like, let's say, get out of work too late, everything's gone. Who like can't make it out of the house to eat because of their like health restrictions, like they just can't make it out to actually go purchase these items, and like they're all gone. Oh, it's so sad. But I mean, hopefully it just gets better soon.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the whole overbuying thing, like that, I think is the freakiest part, is seeing the way that other people are reacting. And then I think for me personally, like it's making myself question, like, should I be freaking out as much as other people are freaking out? Like my mom and I went to the grocery store yesterday, and it was my first time going to the grocery store since being back from spring break, and that is when I think it really hit my mom, and she started kind of having a little bit of an anxiety attack. And I just think that the whole overbuying thing, like we all agree, like that just really needs to stop, because that's just making it so much worse, and like freaking it out more. Freaking it out more, and limiting resources, and just making it so much more difficult for other people. Like this is, I think, a huge test for society, where it's really putting people to the test to see, you know, are you acting just for like the greater good of humanity, or are you acting to benefit yourself?
People are being irrational. There was a picture, and I'm hoping maybe she was just going to a party or something, but this woman had an entire cart of jugs of milk.
Saw that.
What are you gonna do with that much milk?
What are you doing?
Before it expires.
It's not gonna last forever.
Not gonna last.
Yeah.
No, but you know
who drinks that? That was like a 2 years worth supply of milk.
Yeah.
And that's like for an avid milk drinker. Yeah. Like what are you gonna do? And it's just like maybe it was a joke, but
I'm really hoping that like people aren't doing it to resell it for a higher price or something. It's just like a really, really
on the black market.
Yeah, well, no, because you know people are like
move over, Jeffree Star. There's milk on the way.
Okay, all we can say is like, bruh, stay inside. Avoid public places. Wash your damn hands.
Yeah, we're trying, I guess.
Look at us, CDC.
Yeah.
We're all, yeah, I mean, you see it.
Yeah, everyone already knows this, but it's just like.
You see it everywhere. I think that this has really proven that people just need, just us as a society, we just need to be cleaner people. Like, everyone's like, wash your hands for 20 seconds. Like, that's something that people should have been doing all along. And like, I'm guilty of it too. Like, I don't necessarily sit there and count how long I'm washing my hands, but this whole epidemic, like, really,
now I do.
It really does put a lot of things in perspective.
Also, because what else am I doing today? I can spend a few more seconds washing my hands.
What are you guys doing for the rest of the week? Like, what are like things that you guys, I guess, want to accomplish, like, in this?
Yeah, no, on a real note, because like for so long I've just wanted to completely take everything out of all my drawers in my closet and go through and like Marie Kondo it and just be like, I don't need this, I need this, and kind of declutter. And I think it's coming at a good time because pretty sure I gotta get the hell out of here, so I might as well like declutter things. But I really wanted to do that and that.
What about you?
I, along with like decluttering, I did that in my house yesterday while my mom was at work. I was like, let me just clean, because y'all, I feel so unproductive, not having class, not having work. I'm like sleeping in until noon. I can't have that happening. So yesterday I did that, and I'm trying to get into yoga like on a serious note, because one, my back's gonna give out soon. I just have the bones of an 80-year-old woman right now. I need to just start like, you know, caring for my body a little bit more. And then I really do want to start just reading a little bit. It's as cliche as it sounds. I really need to
pick one. They're all unfinished. I have a collection of books that are like halfway or 3/4 of the way finished. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just give up.
I really need to like sit down and actually read and like, you know, like finalize some like resumes for next year.
Yeah, I should start like
applying
applying more places.
Yeah, like
I should be utilizing this time.
I guess my whole thing is like the reading thing too. Like, I am very bad about reading books for fun, and now I have all this time, so there are books that have been sitting on my I almost said shitting on myself. There are books that have been sitting on my shelf for quite some time, and like now's the chance to read them.
Read Stassi's book.
I know. I'm gonna read Stassi's book.
And then give it back.
I will. I want to read You Are a Badass. I've had that for like a year and I haven't read it.
And it's good. It's just like, to me, I really like.
I love self-help books.
Okay,
I'm just gonna just put that out there. I love self-help books. I don't know why.
I really like stuff that's like cheesy and like
hand
me a Twilight book, y'all.
Where you read it and you're like, that just made me feel better about myself. Like
it honestly was eye-opening. However, it's like once you read something and like if it's a self-help book, you actually have to implement those things in your life, and if you don't, it doesn't help you. Like you're just, I don't know. And also, I mean, what the hell else are we supposed to do? I'm not going to sit on my phone for the rest of, like, the week.
I'm trying to, like, be more strategic about making, like, YouTube videos, because one of the biggest things I've struggled with my channel is, like, sticking to a schedule, because managing, like, my job, a social life, school, and, like, trying to consistently make videos has been difficult, and I haven't been uploading as often as I want to, but now I'm struggling.
Well, sis, Corona handed you the gift of time.
I've literally been handed the gift of time, but now I'm struggling with, like, content.
What to do.
Like, I mean, I have, like, a video I want to film. I'm probably going to film it tomorrow, honestly, where I just kind of want to talk about, like, more about my personal take on the situation and, like, just my, kind of like a college experience sort of thing, and, like, talk about what I am grateful for and try and, like, turn the whole situation and just the state of where everyone's at on a more like positive note. So I kind of want to do that, and then I'm like uploading a Miami video probably later tonight, hopefully, and that's just kind of something I want to do. But yeah, it definitely is straining on your artistic flow when you're confined to 4
I'm about to start
walls.
a YouTube channel, y'all. It's gonna be great. It's literally just gonna be
It's gonna be like, how many days can I stay sane?
Literally, it's like day 1, I'm talking to my dog already. Day 2, I'm on the 4th movie of Twilight. Like,
here's the thing too. Like, I've seen a lot of things where it's just like, and I know for me, all I see on social media is coronavirus this, coronavirus that, and it's just like, I want. Like, I like when people are posting, like, oh, this is what I'm doing and whatever, but at some point I'm like, can I, like, escape it a little bit? Like, I was listening to the H3 podcast, and they started talking about it, and he was like, you know what, people get this everywhere. Let's start talking about something else. And I was like, true.
Like, let's get on the next new thing.
Everyone gets it. Everyone knows, like, you know, unless you're an ignorant POS, then you don't know what's going on, but, like...
Or, like, acting like everything's fine.
I want a little bit of entertainment. So
what are you guys, like, watching? Are you guys watching anything good?
Well, I started before they walked in. I was watching Spring Breakers. Dude, this movie sucks.
It's horrible.
I thought it was, like, an iconic movie that I had never seen before, and I was, like, so behind, and I was missing out. Like, I don't know how they got this all-star cast, because this movie is trash.
I heard the director was, like, she is a very, like, cool indie director, so like
I can tell it was very like
it was
filming.
It was I think it was meant to be better than it was executed.
I was thinking it was gonna be, what's the movie with Seth Rogen and it's Neighbors, right? I was thinking it's gonna be that kind of style movie, but y'all, when you watch the movie, it's like so awful and there's like no point to it.
I thought this was based off of a true story.
It's not. When you said that, I was like immediately no,
because I'm pretty sure I was told that this happened, like, Riff Raff, the rapper, like, something happened with these girls, like, and I'm only halfway through the movie. I thought that something really happened, then they made a movie off of it.
I would believe it. I really would. I just did not know that was the case, and... Yeah.
I'm rewatching Grey's Anatomy for about the 5th time because there are so many seasons that I knew when I restarted it, I was like, this will keep me entertained for quite some time.
I think I might do the exact same thing. But you know what my issue is my sister and I have this thing. We'll always watch Vampire Diaries or Grey's Anatomy, right? Or like To All the Boys I've Ever Loved, whatever. We'll watch that. She keeps trying to get me into the originals, and I still have not. I haven't watched it.
Maybe I'll watch
that.
Yet. I haven't watched that.
Everyone says it's really, really good, and I really want to watch it. And I think I might rewatch The Fosters. Have you guys watched that on ABC? It's really good.
So Westworld came back on HBO. Which, I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's like a futuristic kind of show, and it takes a very long time for them to make it. Like, the last season aired in 2018.
Whoa.
So it's been quite some time. So I literally have been waiting years for season 3, and it just premiered this week. So I was watching that. It sucks when, like, things are airing regularly, because it's like we're so used to binge watching shows now that it's like you're like, oh crap, I actually have to like wait. Like, the audacity.
Y'all, I know, like, production probably was paused for Euphoria, but I'm so excited for Euphoria to come back. What were you watching last night?
I was watching Lost.
What is Lost?
It's the most iconic show.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'll watch it too. I mean, I have so much
It's
time
like a really
now.
old, not really old, but it's an older ABC show. Controversial ending, because apparently, I don't know, I thought the whole thing was good. It kind of, like, loses sight, like, halfway through, like, the seasons and stuff, and then, like, turns into something else, and the ending was, like, no one knows what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's kind of like, you say, like, kind of like sci-fi, like, they get lost on an island, and then, like, it was, like, but when this show first came out, it was, like, everybody was talking about it. Like, this is the most iconic thing at the time.
I think my mom used to watch it, because it was, like, always she would watch Grey's Anatomy, or she would watch Dancing with the Stars.
Did you guys ever watch Smallville?
No.
But
the
I
guy on that
always
show
watch
is so cute.
Who plays Clark Kent?
Yes.
Yeah. He was also in Cheaper by the Dozen.
Yes.
Oh,
that guy. Yes.
Yes. I forced us to watch Cheaper by the Dozen, the first one on Disney Plus the other day.
Wait,
right?
can I? Such a side note, but can I get the Disney Plus info?
Yeah.
Okay, because
do you want some Disney Plus info?
I really want to watch Frozen too.
I got it for
I really
everyone.
don't like Disney, but
no.
sure.
Well, here's the thing: we were watching Cheaper by the Dozen, and I was like, okay, guys, Cheaper by the Dozen 2, it gets better, it's amazing. Not on Disney Plus. And then Hannah Snapchats us in our group chat and was like, haha, I'm watching Cheaper by the Dozen 2, and I was like, bruh. It's not on anything. I have to buy the movie.
Why is it so hard to find?
I don't
Why
know.
is it on
I
anything?
have no idea.
I don't know, but my aunt, my uncle, like, literally record everything, so they recorded it, and I was like, bet, this is what I'm doing with my Sunday. So I guess to wrap it up, I guess we'll just end on a positive note. 47 minutes.
Oh, shit.
I just wanted to see, like, if you guys had any advice or sort of things that you would say in terms of ways that you guys are trying to stay positive during this time where, like, a lot of negativity is sort of, like, going on.
I don't know, I'm not.
I was like...
No, I mean, I'm just, like, I always find myself feeling really good after I organize things. So, I mean, honestly, just making my space more comfortable. And I think I might even try and just set up, like, a little workspace on the coffee table to, like,
be productive.
be productive, like, apply to more places. And I mean, you know, my class isn't over. We're still going to go. So I'm going to, like, start preparing a little bit more for that to start up again, because I feel like it's going to be a lot. But yeah, I guess just get myself ready, and I need to stay healthy. Like, I need to go outside for, like, a run or something.
Yeah, working out is, like, a big thing that I just personally want to make sure I'm staying on top of, because, like, a lot of gyms, like, workout facilities, those are all closed, so I'm trying to hold myself accountable and do, like, more at-home workouts.
Yeah. I would honestly just say, like, don't let this all get to your head. Just still maintain your normal, as normal as you can possibly maintain it. I mean, take this time to do stuff that you never have time to do, and then you complain about not having time to do.
True. That's a very good point.
Spend some time with your family, pray a little bit, read a book, like, do something like you just never
Pray
do.
a little bit.
I don't know, you know.
No, I mean, I probably should.
I mean,
I'm
like,
going now.
That's okay.
I guess
see you there, sister.
My whole thing is, it's really put a lot of things in perspective for me. Like, there are so many things that are being taken away, like, so many things that are being canceled, and the future is, like, very kind of unknown, and that's really scary. But I think personally, I'm really just trying to think about the things that I'm grateful for. So, like, the other day in my head, I was like, I had just, like, so much time, like we all do, and I was sitting around and I was like, I want to think of, like, 5 things that I'm grateful for, like, right now, to, like, kind of put me in a better mood. Like, one thing that I'm extremely grateful for is, like, I never get time like this with my mom. And, like, my mom got diagnosed with breast cancer, and she ended up beating it, and, like, that is just something that has really, like, resonated with me. Is I'm just so grateful that my mom, like, went through that and came out on the better side, and, like, now I'm actually getting to spend this time with her, like, time that I wish that I was getting to spend with her months ago when she was going through this, and now I'm just really grateful that I have this time with her now. So it's just, I just try and think of trying to spend the situation in as positive as a way as possible, and it sucks not getting to have a graduation and all of that, but I am still, we're all grateful for the time that we had.
I guess when you think about it, guys, like, it's literally, things could be so much worse. Like, if us having to stay inside and having, like, a couple things canceled, as shitty as the situation is, it literally could be so much worse. And, I mean, just take it and go with it. Like, I mean,
grin and bear it.
Grin and bear it. You
Oh,
gotta grin and
wow.
share it.
What a full
Grin and
circle.
bear it, baby.
That's life, baby.
That's
We're
life.
just grinning and bearing it, and now
We're
we're
sharing it. Oh, God.
Yeah.
cutting that out.
Speaking of, if you guys have any other, like, recommendations on what you guys want to hear from us, not saying that anyone...
Well, we did have a plan. We were going to talk a lot about
Body
image
positivity.
and
We
stuff,
had-
with spring break, but I think with such a turn of stuff that's going on, this is a little more relevant.
Yeah,
and,
we would, honestly,
this is on our minds. We want to talk about it as much as everyone else does. So.
Yeah, it's a very prominent issue, and I feel like it would kind of be doing it a disservice in a way if we weren't addressing it and sort of
just
talking
ignore
about
it.
it.
I feel fat.
Yeah.
Like, it would sound like
Kim,
some
people are
idiots.
dying.
Yeah.
Wait, did you see the Darties one?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my
There was like a
gosh.
UGA like chicks account or whatever, and it was like I can't go to Darties or whatever, and then it's like Kim, people are dying.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm
I
saying.
felt that.
It could be so much worse.
It
Like,
is.
just take it and take it.
Yeah,
and
be
just
grateful.
roll with it.
Be grateful for what you have, and just keep those that are in worse situations in your thoughts and in your prayers. And
Stop overbuying.
Yeah.
Stop overbuying. Wash your hands. If you guys have any recommendations for topics we should talk about during this time, like
DM us. Like,
Yeah,
you guys
hit
are
us up.
friends. You have our numbers. Hit us up. Let us know what you guys want to hear.
Yeah.
Final words.
Hope you guys enjoyed this.
Peace and love.
Peace and love.
All right, bye guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.